The most visible large predator on the planet is bright orange with black stripes. Every wildlife photographer can spot it from 300 meters away. But the animal it hunts cannot see it at all, not because of darkness. Here is what nobody asks. What does deer vision show when facing a tiger? The answer involves color biology, and it changes everything you know about camouflage. Two animals, same forest, completely different visual realities. This is how orange became the most effective disappearing act in nature. The tiger is an adult male, roughly 220 kilograms. He is moving through tall dry grass at the edge of a sow forest. He has been tracking a group of chital deer for 1 hour without sound. Not because he suppresses noise, his movement technique eliminates it mechanically. His rear paw lands in the exact depression left by his front paw. Same position, same pressure point, one set of footprints. Wildlife researchers call this direct registering, most precise in tigers among all large cats. No doubled contact sounds, no snapping twigs at two separate strike points. One large animal sounds like something much smaller passing through. The deer, 40 meters ahead, are grazing and scanning. Heads come up every 20 to 30 seconds to check the surroundings. They look directly at the tiger's position multiple times per minute, and see nothing that registers as a threat. Here's why. Deer are dichromats, they carry two types of color-sensing cone cells. One cone reads short wavelengths, blue and violet. The second reads medium-long wavelengths, yellow and green. What is absent is the third cone that reads red and orange. The deer's eye has no cell that separates orange from dried grass. Orange is processed by the deer's brain as a shade of yellowish-green. The tiger's coat against dry grass produces almost no color contrast in deer vision. The black stripes carry the second layer of the system. In human vision, the stripes break the tiger's body into unreadable segments. In deer vision, the stripes interrupt the body's horizontal line at irregular intervals. This prevents the visual cortex from assembling a continuous predator outline. A deer's threat detection system identifies silhouettes, large shapes moving against open sky. A tiger crouching in striped orange against dry grass produces no such silhouette. The deer's cortex reads fragmented yellow-green patches among similar yellow-green grass. Not a threat pattern, not anything that triggers a flight response. And here is what took researchers years to fully document. The tiger's own visual system is calibrated for this environment in reverse. Tigers are also dichromats, but their cone sensitivity peaks at different wavelengths. They carry strong sensitivity to blue-green contrast at low light levels. The blue and white patches on deer flanks are high-contrast targets for a tiger at dawn. The deer, looking back, still cannot see orange in that light. Both animals use visual systems shaped by millions of years of this interaction. Each is optimized to read the other without being read back. The tiger has closed to 20 meters. Still no alarm from the herd. Now comes the part most people watching tiger footage misread entirely. At 15 meters the tiger stops moving completely. The grass geometry has briefly exposed a sightline to the deer's peripheral field. It waits 15 seconds, 20, without any visible movement. The gap closes as quickly as it opened. The tiger moves again. A tiger's hearing range reaches over 65,000 Hz at the high end. For comparison, the human hearing ceiling is approximately 20,000 Hz. The sounds of grazing deer fall within the tiger's precise localization range. At 10 meters, the tiger has mapped every animal's position from sound alone. Which individual is farthest from the others? Which is moving? Which is still? What looks like slow, uncertain movement is real-time acoustic triangulation running beneath the physical approach. Now the geometry is right. The tiger drops lower, not to hide further. It is preloading the body's spring mechanics for the strike. The target deer is 8 meters away, head down, angled slightly away. The spring takes under 2 seconds from first contraction to full contact. Not a long sprint, a single explosive release of tension built over several minutes. Here is what happens at contact that footage rarely makes clear. The forepaw strike arrives before the bite. The force it delivers closes the encounter. A large adult tiger's forepaw swipe generates roughly 10,000 newtons of impact. That is a metric ton pressing on one point for a fraction of a second. The cervical vertebrae of a chital deer cannot absorb that load. The deer's legs fold and the body drops without a sound. The bite to the back of the neck follows within 1 second. A precise spinal compression that eliminates remaining muscle response. The deer does not vocalize, does not kick. The encounter ends before the herd processes what the sound was. And this is the question wildlife researchers have worked on for decades. Did the deer ever see the tiger, or was contact the first data it received? Camera trap evidence from multiple study sites points consistently in one direction. In most successful tiger hunts, prey animals show no flight response before contact. No sprint, no alarm call to the rest of the group. The herd is still grazing at the moment of the strike. Behavioral ecologists call this ambush completion. The predator closes within detection threshold. What makes the tiger's version distinct is the color system. It carries most of the camouflage load from the very beginning. Visual camouflage is not a supplement to the stalking technique. It is what makes the stalking technique viable in the first place. Now pause on the stripe pattern for one more detail. Every tiger carries a unique stripe configuration, no two are the same. Not similar, unique compared to every tiger that has ever lived. The stripes are encoded in the skin's follicle pigmentation pattern beneath the hair. Shave the coat and the stripes remain on the skin. The pattern is structural. This raises a question the camouflage function alone can't fully answer. Why does the individual pattern need to be unique at all? Current research points to a secondary function: tiger-to-tiger recognition in low light. Two tigers crossing paths can distinguish each other by striped silhouette. Before any other sensory system engages, the stripes have already done the identification. One pattern, two completely opposite functions, depending on who is reading it. The deer near the forest edge resumed grazing 4 minutes after the strike. Their visual field shows no orange, no threat outline, no predator silhouette. The tiger's orange coat is a precision tool for one specific audience. The color that makes tigers iconic to every human who has seen one is the same color that renders the tiger invisible. Invisible to every prey species that shaped its evolution. The stripes that scream warning to a human eye say nothing to a deer's cortex. Evolution did not hide the tiger from us. We were never the selection pressure. It hid the tiger from deer, from sambar, from every large herbivore in the ecosystem. We are observers of a 2 million year conversation that was never designed for us to read. The tiger was never hiding from us. It was hiding from them.